Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media. We're live over to New York City. We've got a good friend of ours, Ofacio Falcon. He had his ninth professional fight last night, or Saturday night, and beat Aldemir Silva. 22 wins Aldemir's got. I think 14 knockouts. He was a tough customer, and you made him look very average, my friend.
Absolutely. I went in there seeing that he had about 42 professional fights. He had more knockouts than I had wins. And I went in there to make a statement, to let people know that it doesn't matter. It's just a number and that I'm on another level.
Yeah, I mean, those people in the UK that haven't seen that much of you, they need to start to find your fights because the last couple of fights you have been in a different class to the level that you're currently boxing at. 8 or 9 fights. Generally, fighters are kind of fighting journeymen and they're going through the motions to get their records together. You're fighting some serious guys. I think you fought Perez before your last fight, and again, he's a serious fighter. So you're really taking on some strong opposition, and you're looking very very good.
Thank you so much. That Perez guy flew all the way to Costa Rica to fight a guy who's from Costa Rica in front of about I think 5,000, 6,000 plus fight Costa Ricans that were there. I took a big risk on there and I came out victorious, thank God. So yeah.
And to get a points decision in the back garden of their own fighter, that's you must have been
Yeah,
very pleased with that performance.
absolutely. They were robbing a lot of people in the undercard as well. So if they wanted to, they could have took a fight from me as well. But I obviously made it clear enough to win.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's talk about this last fight just the weekend. It was an exciting fight, and I think even as early as the first round, I think you had him in the left-hand corner, and you were throwing some serious punches. I mean, did you think you were going to get him out of there in the first round?
No, what happened was we had a game plan coming in. Just keep him at the end of my jab because he is a very experienced fighter. So my father's game plan and my team's game plan was just to keep him at the end of the jab and just work from there. But I was not going to allow him to push me back. And I told my father two things in this fight was going to happen, and both of the outcomes were going to be me winning. It was either A, I was going to knock him out, or B, I was going to beat the life out of him. And I went in there with the intentions of I'm going to win, and I'm not backing up, and we're going to fight if I have to. And I pressed the occasion, and what happened was I threw a left hook, and I caught him on his jaw,
Yeah.
and I seen him fold a little bit, so I went for it to see. But then, like I said, he has a lot of experience, so he knew how to survive. So I took a step back and remembered, listen, I got 5 other rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I took a step back and went back to working, keeping my distance, went right back to the game plan, and it was only round one, so I just kept working from there.
Well, you know what? We're talking about work rate. When we were over in New York City to see you earlier in the year in October, we're in your underdog gym.
Yeah,
We can see the apparatus and the process you're going through in your training. I tell you what, that fight did not slow down. Your engine is incredible.
I worked very, very, very hard this fight. I did a lot of I would just say I stepped up everything in every aspect of my game. I know that the level's only getting better, so I only have to get better, and I have all the talent in the world. But like people say, hard work beats talent. So I decided to work even harder. I have enough talent already, and I'm only going to continue getting better. I'm young, um, and so this last camp I really went all in, and I was supposed to fight November 17th, but it carried on to December 17th. So I ended up doing like about 11-week camp, 12-week camp for this too. So I was more than prepared for this.
Yeah, I mean, even from the little amount of time that we've known you and watched you, you're already progressing so quickly. Um, I know it sounds crazy to even talk about world titles, but you're in a weight category. I think you're super middleweight, aren't you? Where
Super
um, super feather, where there's a couple of vacant world titles now. I'm not saying that you're going to go and get one of those in the next couple of fights, but surely towards the end of next year, if you keep going the way you are, that must be a goal that you're looking at.
I'm a young fighter and I'm never in a rush. I just I take the route that God plays for me, whatever my team puts in front of me. But at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, beginning of maybe the year after, if something presents itself, I'm definitely here. If an opportunity is there, I'm ready for it. I'll be ready.
Now, I know you're very well managed with goat management and no man.
Yeah,
And like you said, there's no rush because you are a young guy. But sometimes the boxer's performances and the desires, you can't hold them back. You have to just let them go, even though it's a scary thing. You know, this guy's very young. He's, had 9, 10, 11 fights, say, for example. God, do we let him go to the world level? Well, sometimes you can't stop a fighter going that far because they're actually progressing to that level. And I think that's a path you're on.
I agree with you. And as soon as my team, my father, my manager, we all come to an agreement. They believe that I'm ready. I believe that I'm ready. I have nothing but confidence in myself and in all my abilities. And I know that when that time and that opportunity presents itself, my work ethic and the talent together with my team, I know we're going to be more than ready. So whether it's in the beginning of the year, the end of the year, the year after, I'll be ready whenever it comes.
And I think something that I'd be excited to see is maybe you come over to the UK and try fighting maybe one or two of our guys over here. I think you would go down incredibly well. I think they'd love you here.
I would love to fight UK. I heard you guys. I heard you guys love boxing, and you guys are great fans. So I love it, man. I would love to fight over there.
Oh yeah, we do love our boxing. Obviously, we're very well travelled as well when our fighters come over to the States.
Absolutely.
The likes of in the past of Ricky Hatton, who come over to Vegas. We're bringing 30,000 people with us, and not so much
Very, very.
recently. We were in New York, of course, earlier on in the year for Liam Smith, who fought on the Amanda Serrano undercard at Madison Square Gardens, and there were 10,000 British people there. So we
Wow.
do like our boxing, and we appreciate good boxers no matter where they come from. So I think it'll be great to see you over. Is there any plans to come over?
Not at the moment that I know of, but if my manager tells me, hey, we got to fight in the UK, I'll be more than happy to go over there and fight over there. I would love to fight there.
Well, we have to be the first place you come and see. You have to come and
Absolutely,
see us.
I agree.
Uh, so listen, tell us what life's been like a couple of days after the fight. Obviously, it's only 2 days afterwards, but you look like you're back in the underdog gym.
All right, so right after my fight, I think all fighters do this. We go out to eat, man.
Yeah,
I've been craving all sorts of food, so my cravings are kind of gone because I eat all the foods that I want. Um, I fought about 4 fights in 5 months, so my manager's like, hey, you know what, just take a step back, relax. Recovery is very important, and overworking is a thing. So right now I'm just relaxing. After the fight, well, right now I'm at my job. I work at Underdog Boxing Club. So I work here, and I usually work and then train after, or work. I train in the morning, then work, and then train after. That's what I do on a daily basis. So I'm just back to work right now.
and New York at this time of year is pretty busy, isn't it?
Absolutely, very busy.
Half of the UK is in New York at the moment, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of footage from Dyker Heights, which is a crazy neighborhood in New York that just completely pukes Christmas. It's just a crazy place. If
People
nobody's
love.
ever seen it, honestly, have you seen it yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Christmas tree is huge,
Yeah.
huge.
Are you
It's
gonna?
wonderful. I don't know. I don't know where they get a tree that big, honestly.
And you're gonna enjoy some Christmas time with the family, I'm assuming.
As I've been looking forward to that, spending time with my family. We don't get a lot of time like that all year. I'm always either working and training, and then right back to sleep and running or doing something always, fishing always. So time with the family is needed. And I love my family, so I'm excited for that. My birthday's actually in 2 days.
Your birthday.
Yeah, I'm turning 23 on this Wednesday, December 21st.
You're making me feel old, my friend.
You look young, man. You look young.
I don't feel it over here in the UK. It's freezing cold. Most of us have had colds and not felt great actually the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's been a horrible time to be honest with you in the UK here. We don't like the winter here.
Actually, in fight week, which is crazy, my mother and my sister, they got some flu. I don't know if it was a nasal flu, something like that.
Yeah, that's what we've all
And
got.
it's been going around a lot, and everyone around me was getting sick. And then my worst fear was like, oh my God, here it goes again. Everybody's gonna get sick, and I'm gonna get something. But thank God I didn't get sick, and I'm still not sick. So I'm grateful for that.
What happens in that situation? Do you kind of get quarantined away?
When they get sick and I'm around them,
Or no, leading up to a fight and some people around you, your family members are getting, sick.
I kind of quarantine myself. I just stay away from it as much as I can. Put a mask on and just maneuver the way I can as safely as I can. Have hand sanitizer, stuff like that. Just take care of myself.
Yeah. Listen, it's so good to see you, my friend. And I mean, you're an exciting fighter, and anyone in the UK that's watching this interview should go and look you up. I think your last fight was on DAZN as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was on the zone. Golden Boy Promotions.
Yeah, and again, that was a great fight. You're in Costa Rica with
Yes,
a
in Costa Rica.
Costa Rican judges and a Costa Rican opponent, and you won on a
Costa
point.
Rican ref.
Absolutely phenomenal. That, I mean, we all know what boxing's like, and you're definitely up against it when everybody's from the hometown. But that I've seen that fight several times, and it's a very mature fight for such a young man. And the fight this weekend, just gone, is a step up from that fight, a massive step up from that fight. I'm very excited to see what you do next year, because I think you're going to start making a lot of noise in places where people are going to have to look at you and say, "Hey, this guy, he's really got something here."
Absolutely, that's the goal. That's the goal for me and my team. Next year is to make some noise. Let people know that we're here. We can't keep like we can't keep and just turning your backs on me or thinking that the people that are already at the top are the only people there. I'm right behind them, and I'm coming.
And of course, you're sponsored by Underdog Gym. Is that right?
Absolutely, underdog boxing coach. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you very kindly gave me a couple of shirts when I was over there in October. I wear them all the
Right.
time. They're great. So I really appreciate that. My family love those. Thank you.
Nope. Thank you.
Listen, congratulations on your win. We hope that you and your family have a really nice time at Christmas. Be safe, my friend, and we really look forward to seeing what you do next year. It's going to be a great time, and we're looking forward to seeing that.
Listen, man, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you and everybody over there in the UK, and Happy Holidays. And I want to give a shout out to my father, Goat Management, for all the hard work we put both in and out the ring. To all my friends, families, and supporters, man, listen, the Snipers here next year, 2023, man. We're making noise.
Sounds good. You take care, my friend.
Thank you so much, brother.